Salut, tout le monde, c'est moi, press encore. Bienvenue, encore et ma podcast. Aujourd'hui, we're going to chat about our French journey again. And today, I'm going to answer 3 questions that I get mostly asked about my French journey. So let's get started. Okay, the first question that I get asked is, what is the hardest part of learning French? Second is, how long does it take to become fluent in French? Okay, this is the most interesting question because I used to ask and then watch a lot of videos for this. And lastly, I'm going to talk about what keeps me motivated and on track during the days I don't feel like studying. First question is, what is the hardest part of learning French? I would say speaking is the most hardest part. So the 3 months that I started studying, I have been doing grammar, like I said, from my first podcast. If you haven't watched, the link should be below. The thing is that I'm trying to do grammar first and then do the rest of the thing afterwards, right? So while doing grammar, the biggest mistake everybody makes is that, like, when we are pronouncing the words, we do it in English. Like when we are conjugating the verbs and all, we try to say regarde like in English way, and then that sticks up to you. So I would recommend you try to listen to the words while you're doing the grammar as well, because when you do that, the words like sticks to you. That happens to me too. Like so many verbs, so many words just stayed there, and you pronounce it like English, but actually it's not pronounced the same way in French. So many words are silent, so many words are pronounced in a different way. So the first thing, if you're starting French right now or you're a beginner, I would suggest you watch the sounds and pronunciation for the consonant and vowels. So that would help you a lot, because that's the mistake I did, and then I kind of regret not doing that from beginning, because most of the words are in English in my mind right now. So that's what I'm trying to fix right now. This whole week, what I'm doing is I'm trying to listen to the word as I'm learning the verb or the conjugation. Okay? I recommend, even if you're doing the grammar, do it or listen it and then spell it out loud in the French proper pronunciation, so that you get the accent that you are looking for at the end. So I don't want you to be like 5 months or 6 months away from learning, and then you realize, oh no, I have to try to start over and then try to pronounce them in a different way. So I would recommend you watch the videos on how to pronounce the word properly. And maybe I'll make a video one day. So for now, let's do the second part of the question, that is, how long does it take to become fluent in French, right? Yeah. This is the most asked question, and even if you YouTube it or Google it, I would think not just for French, like any language you would say, you would check how long would it take. Honestly, it really depends on the person. The recommended hours is like 200 to 300 or something hours, okay? Correct me if I'm wrong. But I would say it really depends on the time and effort, and then also the person. So I cannot give you the exact timing or exact time length on how to become fluent, because I've watched lots of videos and mostly they say about 1 year to like 1.5 years. But if you are willing and you are doing it full time, you're giving your whole effort, you are doing it every single day you're practicing, thriving, then I would say it's possible to do in 9 to 12 months. So that's like the earliest timing. Like if you hear people saying, I will teach you French in like 6 months, I don't think that's possible. You cannot be properly fluent and like C1 level on 6 months, unless you do it morning to day, you're doing French, and then, okay, I'm not that person. I take time because my focus expansion, like my time of concentration is very short. So to be honest, yeah, for me, I feel like I'm right now in the stage where I'm done the beginner and then I'm going into the intermediate. That took me 3 months, and I haven't given any test or anything, but I can judge by the way I speak, judged by the way I conjugate verb, and then judged by the way when I'm reading, I can tell. So I'm in the beginning intermediate level. So it took me almost 3 months. I would say the intermediate level is the longest duration because that's where you learn most of the actual language part and actual speaking part. So that would about take me 5 or 6 months depending on how long I'm ready to put the effort in. So that's it for the second question. Let's get started for the third one. The third and the last question is what keeps me motivated and on track? Okay, what do you think that is? Sometimes I don't know myself, but the thing that I do when I feel like I don't want to study is I watch YouTube. Yeah, not YouTube videos. So what I do is like I watch this Storytime animated. It's a fairy tale in French. I will put the link below if anybody who doesn't know it. So I like watching animation, cartoons and everything. I learned that way too. So what I do is I watch that in French and then have both English as well as French caption below, so I can, like, when they're speaking, I can, like, remember the words, like, and I can try to recognize the words they're trying to say. So that will really help you building the language, because most of Nepali people, or I don't know, okay, we used to watch things in Hindi, right? Even though I didn't speak anything in Hindi, but because I watched cartoons and then I watched movies and everything in Hindi, so even though I didn't learn it, it has been in my head. I can speak properly, I can understand them properly. And same thing with English. I used to listen to the English song, and then I know our school was English medium, but we didn't practice that much. We used to have punishment for not speaking English, but I still spoke Pali. But so I would say it's always very helpful if you immerse yourself in the language itself, because just grammar or just studying the book and just doing the exercises doesn't help, because talking to the people that have given TEF exams already, they have told me that speaking and listening is very hard in TEF. Especially listening, because you're more used to, when you're practicing, you're more used to listening to them in a very slower way, so that doesn't work in real life or native French. They speak in the spoken French is really, really different than the grammar French, the French that we learn. So it's always better to watch the YouTube videos on French for beginner friendly, since because you're starting from the beginning, it setups in your mind, and then you start to catch up on the words and how to pronounce them, and then that also helps on the Sadun technique and your speaking as well. I recommend you, or if you're a person who likes to listen to the music would be another good idea as well, as in you can listen to the songs. I really like the song Changelisa in French. It's very nice, and when you're humming, you just catch on to the words, and then vocabs that you don't even know, but unconsciously your mind is like taking it in. So I would really recommend, the main thing you do is on your free time, even if you're watching TikToks or Instagrams, I would suggest you to follow like French people. They have lots of different and lots of great, interesting videos on TikTok. Like, even, when you're scrolling your phone, you can just see, like, listen to the French people speaking, and that would be interesting too. And plus, your mind would be recognizing the words, and that's a bonus point, because just studying and then doing grammar is not enough. I would suggest you, please try to also do the listening and speaking on the same time if you really want to learn the language. I would recommend you keep trying your best and give your 100%. Even on the days you don't feel like, just show up. Just give your 10% if you can't. If you don't want to study today, just go on and learn 2 new vocabs for the day. It's enough. Trust me, it's enough. Okay, that's it for today. I hope I answered the questions. And then if there is anything or any question you want me to ask, just leave a comment down below. I'll make sure to reply to you. And best of luck for everybody who's learning French or trying new things. And I hope you will achieve everything that you have thought about. And I will see you in the next podcast. Hopefully soon. See ya. Bye. Bisous, bisous.